So people have been asking me to build an AMD build video after my 9900K gaming PC, and today we are going to do that with this Ryzen CPU. And I also wanted this build to stand out a little, so we'll try to follow a certain theme which you will see in this video. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and let's build a tough Ryzen gaming PC. The case we are going to be building in is the Asus TUF Gaming GT501, and I really like this case a lot because it offers lots of space with its classic approach on a PC case. It has a very unique aesthetic, great airflow, and it offers some practically useful extra features. And I'll also review this case separately on the channel. We'll use a Corsair RM750X as our power supply, which is a pretty standard choice for high-end PC builds with its top-tier capacitors and performance. Now the motherboard we are going to use is an Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus, and while this is not an ROG Crosshair Hero board, it is very well equipped to handle a CPU like 3900X even when overclocked. And I have actually confirmed this personally in a video where I tested VRMs of different motherboards, which you can also check out. You do miss on some premium features like a Q-Code LED and an inbuilt IO shield which you get with the Crosshair 8 Hero, but it perfectly matches this build and you don't practically need to spend more on a motherboard for the CPU we'll be using. The RAM we are going to use is ADATA's XPG RGB RAM. 3600 MHz is really the sweet spot for Zen 2 CPUs. It will also look really great in this build and it also matches the aesthetics of this theme. Then we have the most requested component, the AMD Ryzen 9 3900X, and it is great for gaming and productivity, and the 24 threads are actually plenty enough for gaming while you have something rendering in the background. Then we have this TUF Alliance RGB SSD from Team Group, and I have to admit that I am using this just for the aesthetics in this build, as I generally don't like the extra cables with non-M.2 SSDs. But this one looks really amazing and there is no such thing as too much RGB. The cooler we'll be using is the Cooler Master ML360R RGB, and I have already used Corsair LL120 fans on the radiator, which are still the best looking ARGB fans on the market. We are going to mount this on top, and we already have 3 RGB fans pre-installed in this case, which will create a nice balance of push and pull configuration for the airflow. Mounting the water block on our CPU is really easy, as the AM4 mount is very simple and effective, and I really like how easy the installation is. Then we make the Corsair ARGB connections, which is a really simple process, as all you have to do is connect the Lighting Node Pro to the ARGB fan hub after connecting it to your motherboard with USB, then connect all the fans to the hub and connect the light strips to the Node Pro and supply power to it along with the fan hub with SATA adapters. The GPU we are going to be using is the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, which is still a really powerful card that is good enough for 4K gaming. We are not going to vertically mount this GPU like my last build, but this GPU also looks great with a horizontal mount because it also has this RGB ROG logo on the backplate, which looks awesome, and it also integrates well with our build. We have these awesome custom built extension cables from Tweaked PC, which we asked to have color matched with this build. And my friend Vaibhav also has this TUF themed G-Shock, and India's national animal is also a TUF themed tiger. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with bell, because if everything goes as planned, I might soon be able to build a PC that the world has never seen before. Then finally, we have the ARGB case lighting strips from Corsair, which are again the best case lighting option. And it was kind of tricky to install it in this case as it is really big and the 140mm fan prevents the light strips to pass through, but we were able to find a position where it lets you install it perfectly. Then we do some other uninteresting things like making the case IO and button connections and putting 6 TB of HDD storage. We have another M.2 SSD from my old PC, and even though SATA and NVMe SSDs don't have a big performance difference, the price difference is also not significant anymore. So if I was buying an SSD today, it would have been an NVMe. We didn't have to put a lot of effort in managing the cables, as the tough case has a lot of space on the backside with some velcro straps, and the panel also gets pushed in instead of sliding in, so you can be a little lazy with the cable management. So let's test if this is going to start on the first try. And it was a success, but we did have to reinsert the RAM and replug the power button LED, but other than that, everything worked perfectly, which is pretty great. We are going to pair this PC with my 4K monitors, a TUF Gaming K7 keyboard with optical mechanical switches which are really unique and awesome, and we also have this TUF Gaming mouse which also matches well with this build. A great gaming experience also needs great audio, so we have these amazing speakers from Adam Audio with these color matching ribbon tweeters, and this audio setup also needs some other things which I won't go into the details of. And now, let's start with some sweet B-roll that this build deserves. So I am really happy with how this build turned out to be, and I also think that it matches the Ryzen platform really well with its red, black and yellow color scheme. And I was also thinking that the yellow cables would limit the color choice for RGB, but it also looks pretty great with shades of blue and purple. It is also great to see that we didn't have to spend a lot on many of these components compared to my last build, and we are still getting great performance for productivity with the 2080 Ti letting you play games at 4K 60 FPS. Here's the price list if you are looking to build something similar, and I'll also have links to these components in the video description below if you want to buy them or check the current prices. So let me know your thoughts about this build in the comment section, and you can also watch my 9900K build video which is still going strong after a year. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or a thumbs down if you disliked it, and subscribe with bell for some really amazing videos on PC hardware. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
फैन पावर ये लगा जी
फैन की पावर कहाँ से लेंगे अपन? माशेरा वालिए
तेरा शेर आ गया।